Harry, this is Lord Potato. And this is, well, I was going to try to make this into a one-shot, but, nah, I'm gonna actually do this into some parts. But not the point. Sorry about that. So, I had two ideas on how to do this, but if, the first idea, I don't like it when I upload it. If I don't like it like that, I might redo it, I might delete this one, and go for the other one. So I have two ideas for it, but I don't know why I have two ideas for this what if. But this is called, What If Asta is a reincarnation of Sun Wukong, also known as Morty Jim from The God of High School. Now yes, after me reading and watching Black Clover, I'm going on to go watch the anime of The God of High School, because I think there is a season 2 coming out. Or maybe already came out, I don't know. But not the point. So, yes, The God of High School is actually one of my still favorite and top tier, like, one favorite webtoon to ever read. Top 2 is, well, my second one is definitely what's called Solo Leveling. Third would be Hardcore Leveling Player, and fourth would definitely be Tower of God. I know there's other people who rank those differently, but meh. Or maybe they don't even know about Hardcore Leveling Warrior, but don't worry about that. Or player, or whatever you like to call it. But not the point. But let me go into this, well, what if, okay? So, we go into, well, Asta. Asta is, well, right now being, well, no, let me get you. So, Asta is right now on the, in the ground, thanks to the fact that he was fighting against the real Lich. And of course, this is where Yuno is fighting against actual Lich right now in his, spirit form, form and all that, with that one wing and all that. Of course, this is where he's trying to fight against Lich, but Lich has both of the weapons. The demon, I should remember both of those weapons' name, but... So he has the demon dweller and the demon destroyer. So Lich has both of those weapons. While Yuno is right now fighting against, well, him. This is where Asta's saying, damn it, if only I can... Damn it, I need more power. I won't lose. No, Yuno. I'm so weak. I don't have magic. I wish I can help you. This is where, well, somewhere in his head, a voice said, so you're seriously going to give up? You, my, well, what's it called? My reincarnation is seriously going to give up? You're going to give up against some elf? I fought against gods, and you're just going to give up like that? Please, don't tell me you're just going to give up that easily. Why give up that easily? When I'm here. I always have been here. I've been seeing how you fight, your sword style, how you grow so extremely fast. And you're just gonna give up right now? That's what Asta say, who are you? A person with brownish, well, kind of looks like black and brownish hair, but looks like he had multiple different forms around him, like multiple ghostly figures. The one had blue hair and all them, but all different, they all had the same eyes. Red with, like a red color, with actually like some kind of like cross star, whatever it is. It looks black, and some of them has yellow, some of them has, well, blue in some cases, but yeah. This is where, well, let's just say, who are you? This is where the person goes up to Asta and gives him a hand and says, the name? The name is Morty Jim. And, well, mostly you can call me the Sun Wukong, Stone Monkey, the demon of whatever, demon monkey or whatever. But I have always been here, just sleeping and hiding. Well, not hiding, mostly always been looking over after you. But now, you can actually get my full power. Thanks to this reincarnation kind of spell or whatever, it kind of disrupted the reincarnation that I'm with you. Now, I didn't use any forbidden magic or anything. God just sent me here. So, or a beyond entity god or whatever, just sent me here. So, will you accept my power? My full power? That's where Asta says, huh? Shh. This is where he thinks about it, and this is where he thinks about Yuno and everyone else. This is where he says, yes. This is where he grabs, well, what's it called? Like, grabs the hand of Morty Jim and says, yes. This is where, well, something happens outside. Something just flies through that giant rock and smashes through and expanding. This is where, well, the guy who's actually the copy dude, his name is Raya or something, just says, well, this Leech can defeat that spirit. Of course, I don't remember where I left that off. It's been about 30 minutes. But let me go back into the what if I can try to remember. Okay, yeah, I know where I'm at. So, of course, Asta grabs the hand of Morty Jim. And, of course, decides to kind of, well, what's it called? Agree on the terms or whatever. Mostly agree on the power. This is where, well, Raya's right now saying, right now, what's it called? Leech is right now fighting against a human named Huh. Well, at least this is where the giant pillar does appear. Boom! This is where everyone's shocked. This is where most of the shocked. She does get blown away. This is where Raya is confused. Where the hell did that giant pillar come from? And this is where both Lich and even stop. Everyone else who was kind of watching kind of the fly show, the light show mostly, that both and even Lich was kind of like making from their magical aura appears. They're fighting another. This is where, well, someone appears. This is where this person walks towards the pillar and says, what's it called? This is where the person says, region bang, shrink. This is where the thing shrinks in an instant. Everyone's confused. And this is where, well, someone breathes out and in. This is where they start coming up from the hole. They mostly start walking a little bit and then jump. And just right now crushing the ground underneath them in high speeds. Right now just appearing right in front of Leech. Who right now Leech was confused, seeing the giant hole. But this is where someone appears. Someone with gray spiky hair. Green eyes but having a cross that goes in their eyes. And of course just kind of, well, looking like he has armor around him. Different clothes, like somewhat of the Sun Wukong that Morty Jim kind of wears. This is where, well, it seems he has a gourd, the staff on his hand, mostly on his, what's it called, left hand, and in his right hand, well, mostly in his, what's it called, yeah, left hand he has a staff, and his right hand he has, well, the demon, well, not the demon, say the, well, mostly in his right and left hand he has, well, the right hand he has a staff. In his, well, left side, it seems the anti-magic grimoire is right next to him. So where, well, this person sees Leech right in front of him and just kicks the shit out of Leech in the side of his head, right now smashing him through the air. This is where, well, the person then lands on a cloud, right now just kind of below him. This is where he says, thank you, Nimbus. He right now just sits down, Chris Applesauce, and of course he says, well, this is interesting. I guess I'll be fighting against you, Elf. This is where Leech, who actually stopped flying through the air, was confused. What the hell? This is where is confused. Who the hell is this person? Also says, hey, if you can just stop looking at me like a creepy fuck, I guess we can work together, just like brothers. This is where says, Asta? He then looks at Asta, still has the robe and all that. Of course, like the magical robe and all that. But of course, it's underneath his actual armor. And this is where Asta says, huh? Oh, hey, it seems that, well, I kind of got a new form. Don't worry about it. This is where, well, says, Asta? He is just in shock. This is where, well, Asta says, well, how do you like my new form? I might have grew Asta a little bit, but don't worry about how I did that. Who cares that much? This is where Asta says, what's it called? Asta says, Jungle 1. This is where a lightning cloud appears right on top of Leech, and Leech was confused. And this is where Asta says, strike! Smash him with lightning. This is where, well, Leech was confused. Right now, he's still asleep, like halfly asleep, confused. He's like, This is where Asta says, what's it called? Regional Bang. Expand! This is where it expands. And this is where Asta starts running on it. This is where he starts just running straight on the staff. Of course, it does smash into Leech, and Leech was confused. And this is where Asta says, Re-Taekwondo, triple-headed kick. This is where, well, three different Mori, what's it called now, Morty Gyms. Three different Astas appeared, but all different colors. But of course, like hitting, what's it called? Well, like hitting the head of Leech twice, spinning him right now in the air. This is where Lich is right now spinning in air, just shot with so much power. Asta's right now just fighting him. Asta just smiles. Right now, Asta's smiling with his teeth kind of being sharpened. This is where Asta says, ha, you really are kind of a nuisance half the time. Lich is right now confused, but this is where he managed to stabilize and kind of start swinging light attacks right towards Asta, like light slashes. Asta, who kind of grabs the staff, and this is where he says it's what's called shrink, and then just starts kind of swinging these light slashes by hitting them, but actually breaking through them with the staff. That's where Asta smiles and says, ha. So, is that really all you have? Now I should mention one thing. Asta does have the white crown on him. The light, well, kind of like restriction god thing. Of course, this is where Asta says, so, how are you doing? This is where, well, it's just like, it's just frozen and kind of confused. This is where, well, Asta appears again, but right now flying in the air. This is where jets actually appear from his, like, back. Because the armor can just transform into different modes. This is where Asta is right now flying through the air. Right now keeping up with the same speed as Lich. And Lich and Asta right now clashing. Asta is right now kicking him, punching him, using Taekwondo, or even using the other techniques that Asta actually can get all the memories from Morty Jim in his past life. This is where Asta says, Black Turgeon! He smashes a very powerful like punch that had a very powerful, well, like shockwave. This is where it's mostly from what's it called? Okay, I said that wrong, and his name is Dwayne Han, and of course, like whatever, it's like Dwayne Han or something. And of course, his it was called Fist of Black Turtle, and of course he smashes upon Leech. That's what Asta says. That's why Asta smiles and says, so, how do you like that technique? Lich smashes into multiple things, but of course, Lich is having none of it, and of course starts flying faster against Asta. Asta is managing to keep up. This is where Asta actually then says Wind Style, Wind Tornado. This is where he actually copied the different movesets from every, like, kind of magic ability he's seen from everyone else. Because you see here, Sun Wukong can copy a lot of things, yes. He can also like transform in a bunch of things, and he does have magic in like different stories. He does have magic. So of course, I'm gonna make sure that Asta, well, not make sure, Asta does have magic in this. So of course, he's just awoken in now, since he is Sun Wukong. Well, the new reincarnation of Sun Wukong. And I know Sun Wukong cannot die. Even Morty Jim, he can die, but can't at the same time. It's a little different for that story, because in the Sun Wukong stories, he became immortal 7 different times. So he has 7 different layers. I know Sun Wukong can't really die, but of course, I'm just saying that he got reincarnation into Asta. But yeah, this is where Asta is just smiling, and of course Asta speed up faster right now using his jets right now on his like back and all that, and starts kind of just blitzing Lich. This is where is right now shocked to even see a Wind Tornado come from Asta's magic, and he is shocked to even sense magic from Asta. Asta's right now just laughing and fighting against Leech. This is where Leech is so shocked, but this is where Leech says, fine, light. Light destroying. This is where his sword becomes this light destroying thing. But this is where appears right now, sending his wind blast, and right now countering the attack. This is where, of course, it does get pushed back a little bit because the light blast that Lich is kind of using. I was just saying, fine, let me help you out. Wind blast also. This is where a green blast appeared from Asta's hand. Right now pushing Leech, and of course they're both, all 3 attacks kind of clash together and kind of explode in the middle. This is where Leech appears trying to swing at his swords at both Asta and That's where kind of like flies away. Asta also flies away. That's where Asta sends a powerful kick into Leech, right now smashing him through the air. And this is where Leech managed to kind of like get himself okay, like gets himself stable. But of course, appears saying Wind Blast. This is where he sends a powerful wind blast at Leech, and Leech starts kind of flying more up in the air, being unstable. But of course, this is what Asta says, now it's my turn. This is where he brings out the staff and says, expand. This is where it expands, and then he says extend. This is where the staff starts launching straight towards Leech, and Leech just tried to use both of his swords to block these swords or try to push it back, but instead he gets pushed back to the ground. This is where he's getting sent down to the ground at such high speeds. This is where he smashes to the ground in just shockness. Of course, the staff still keeps going and smash him even further to the ground. This is where Asta says, well, that was interesting. This is where Asta's smiling, and this is where he's still kind of flying. And of course, Nimbus appears, and this is where Asta says, so, do you think that was good enough? This is where says, you better stay yourself on guard, Asta. Don't know how you got magic, don't know how you got this powerful, and I don't know. This is where Asta says, I guess you're right. This is where, Asta grab a little bit of his hair, and just take some hairlines and all that. And this is where, saying, what are you doing? This is where Asta kind of throws them up in the air, and this is where they poof into clones, actual physical clones. This is where Asta says, hey, go check on him. This is where the clones nod and rushes towards, Leech. Leech actually appears right now, slicing through them right now in person in light speed. This is where he appears behind both and Asta. Asta says, he's not dead. He seems powerful. This is where, Leech, who is right now still asleep, seems to be angry and enough annoyed. This is where he sends such a powerful blast this time. Right now sending such a very powerful blast. But this is where Asta, he appears right in front of Leech before saying that blast. And this is where Asta punches this man, grabbing the demon demon destroyer, and throwing it into his into the anti-magic grimoire. That's where he just threw it in there because first of all, fuck it. It's better just something to steal before, maybe to fuck him up later, but yeah. That's what Asta is. Asta can be very extremely fast whenever he feels like it. It seems because of some Wukong does play so much, but yeah. Asta does appear right in front of him, but this is where, when he takes the Demon Destroyer, and of course, this is where Leech trying to notice, he sends straight the blast towards Asta. Asta couldn't dodge it fast enough, because he thought he would be able to dodge it fast enough, but right now, the jets behind him actually disappears. This is where his, the restraint of the god thing, the ring around him, starts kind of shrinking. This is where Asta says, ugh. This is where say, Asta! He appears trying to block the blast, but of course they both get blasted down to the ground in high speeds. This is where, Asta managed to kind of use his, armor to kind of put it on so he wouldn't get hurt. But of course they blast down to the ground. This is where Asta says, damn it. This is where, Leech realized that he might have defeated both of them. This is where he lost the Demon Destroyer, but he says, damn it, screw it. He kind of goes to the others, and of course Raya does fly off with a giant rock, but this time the hole is 10 times bigger. It's because of the not from the light attack, the light show. No, it's because of Asta's, staff. That's where Asta said, oh, that hurt like a bitch. That's where, Asta seems to have no shirt. He is, his shirt is gone. It's got obliterated. This is where, he's just showing his muscles. And of course, this is where, he has, still his clothes and all that. Still intact, thanks to the armor that's around him. This is where the armor starts disappearing and going back into Asta. That's where Asta just says, hey, you seem fine. Say, Asta? What just happened? What was that? Asta says, my armor. Don't worry about it. That's where everyone else kind of rushes towards their side, mostly Mercury and the others. And this is where, not Mercury, mostly Noel, Melissa, Melissa's brother, Zora, and even what was that? Mariana or whatever her goddamn name is, but yeah. And even the fungus guy. They get to where Asta and Yuno are at. This is where Asta, when he gets up, he says, hey. This is where, he kind of smiles at all of them. This is where Melissa's right now healing Asta. We're trying to. But right now, she is shocked to even see Asta with the gray spiky hair. This is where Asta's saying, thanks, Melissa. I guess I needed that. This is where, Melissa says, Asta, what happened to you? And also, how are you this tall? Asta has now become 5'8". This is where, and webtoon he did, I think, no, I can't remember. I think Morty Jim, when he was 16 or somewhere around there, he was probably 5'8". I don't know. I can't remember, but I'm gonna just say he's 5'8". Asta became 5'8". Asta says, hey, this is where Melissa was very Surprised to see Asta right now healing him because he took the most wound attack or anything. Because she can see that Yuno seems to be kind of fine, but Asta mostly took the full brunt of it. This is where Asta's like muscles and other things. He doesn't seem short and kind of thick. He seems to be more lean, and well, his muscles are still there. But of course, this is where Asta has no shirt. So yeah. This is where when what's called Noelle sees this, her face becomes extremely red and passes out. This is where Asta says, "What happened to her?" Zora says, "Huh, I don't know, but still, wait, are you taller than me?" Asta says, "How tall are you?" 5'9". I guess I'm 5'8". This is where Zara says, "Ha, you still are a very short kid. Well, don't get such a big head of yourself." That's where Asta says, "Oh please, I would just knee you right now in the face." This is where Asta's leg appears right in front of Zora, and this is where Zora winds his eyes. Asta could easily kick him in the head with such a blinding speed. Asta says, "Well, we should probably be going." This is where Nozel did put a healing on both Yuno, Melissa, and even Asta. That's where Asta says, "Whoa, this is cool. Healing, I guess." I'm feeling a lot better. His cramps around his body start feeling much better, but yeah. Of course, his head did hurt with the goddamn restriction instincts. I really still gotta learn how about the power. Morty Jim did kind of told me about this. Very interesting. But still, I don't care. That's where, they're flying towards what's it called, the elves kind of fighting and all that. That's where Nozel is right now, like Mercury bubble and all that. Of course, this is where, they see Hush Village getting attacked by Asta and Yuno. Yuno says, "Hush Village," just where he kind of looks towards Asta's location, and Asta was nowhere to be found. This is where Nozel realized that Asta's gone. This is where, they see Asta right now flying on a cloud, kind of going towards it. This is where, Yuno says, "That bastard!" This is where, Nozel says, "Really? I didn't even explain the rules. Fuck it. I'll explain to you. Yuno's also gone. He's right now angry. The fact that Asta seems to not care that much. He has more of a carefree attitude and really doesn't care about any rules. Just like, Morty Jim. And of course, just like how the Sun Wukong is. So, yeah. Asta kind of gets towards Hush Village and sees the poison dude right now just saying, "I'm going to kill all of you. Pathetic cute." This is where Asta appears saying, "Axe kick." This is where he sends an axe kick straight down to this guy, knocking his ass down to the ground, smashing it. This is where Yuno appears saying, "Asta, you idiot. You shouldn't be fighting alone." This is where everyone says, "Yuno." This is where Nosh, who was actually there trying to save Sister Lily, saw Asta appearing right in front of him, smash kicking this guy to the ground, mostly the elf. That's where Asta says, "Hey Nosh, long time no seen." Asta smiles at him. This is where Nosh says, "Asta?" Asta's eyes are still kind of green and has the cross, but instead of being yellow, it's black. So yeah, Asta says, "Well, you don't like my new look?" "I know my new look. I look different, but what can you say when I'm 1 inch taller than you know?" This is where, Nosh is so shocked to see Asta. This is where he runs up to Asta and says, "Asta." This is where Asta felt the energy right now, the guy trying to get up, and sent poison vines straight towards him and, Nosh. This is where he puts the armor on Nosh, and this is where Asta kind of kicks the vines away. This is where Asta says, "Nosh, get away now." This is where Nosh gets scared, but this is where Asta grabs him and kind of appears right next to the other kids. This is where he gets put on the armor, but of course, this is where he doesn't have, the crown on his head, mostly the restriction god thing. He's saying, "Okay, I'm gonna have to use it for a little bit." This is where he looks at the father of the church, and this is where he says, "Father!" This is where, the little kid says that he was trying to protect them, and yeah. This is where Asta says, "You can't die, you old bastard. I won't let you die, you bastard. You still need to see me become a god." Asta kind of thinks about it and says, "God? No. Wizard King. No. Monkey King." This is where Asta says, "You still gotta see me become the Monkey King." This is where, everyone's confused for a second. They're like, "Monkey King? Do you mean Wizard King?" This is where Asta says, I won't let you die. This is where he pulls out the demon destroyer and kind of still gets rid of the effects. But this is where the elf says, how? How can you do any of that? Now! This is where Asta appears saying, because I will become the Monkey King! Stabs the dude with the sword, but really just gets rid of the elf. This is where the elf is fine and just leaves. This is where, what's it say? Oh, that's one less problem now. This is where Yuna says, I didn't even get to do any of much things. Asa, how strong are you? Asa says, Yes. Asa say yes just to confuse Yuna. Yuna says, Asta! Asta says, so, are all of you okay? This is where all of them does nod and says, yes, thank you, big brother, Asta. This is where they all hug Asta. This is where the father says, Asta, my boy, you should probably eat some food because, yeah. This is where, well, they do eat the, potatoes and Asta starts eating them all in just one easy bite and all that. This is where, well, the elf is saying, mostly Bells is saying, you should probably eat instead of talking. Asta says, hey, you stupid elf, can you shut up for a second? I'm trying to eat. This is where Bell says, I should blow you up. This is where Asta says, you can try, but I think I can easily knock you across the whole fucking world with my staff. This is where, well, the elf says, oh really? Do you want to try that? Asta says, get on to lightning strike. This is where a little tiny lightning strike hits Bell and knock her out. This is where Asta says, that was interesting. This is where Yuna says, Asta, what? The wind spirit's okay. She's not gonna die. Whatever. Just chill about it. This is where Yuna says, how? Huh? Now she says, whoa, did you just summon lightning from the sky? Asta says, yes. I can control, well, the sky thanks to my kind of wind, fire, and lightning magic? Or wait. So Asta can now manipulate wind, fire, and water into kind of that's his kind of main magic. Mostly the Sun Wukong can do. But yeah. That's what Asta says. But whatever with that, right? This is where, well, Nasha's so shocked to see Asta can manipulate 3 elements. This is where, says, wait, wind? Wait, this is where Asta says, don't worry, you can manipulate wind, but I can manipulate 2 other elements, so, good luck, sucker. This is where Asta says, well, thanks for the food anyway. Can explain the rest. I'm out of here. This is where, well, all of them say, but Asta, you said you were gonna stay. Asta says, sorry about you, but I need to go and become the greatest Monkey King to ever live. This is where Asta starts walking away. This is where all of them say, wait, don't you mean what's your king? Asta walks away and not answering anything back again. This is where Yuna says, Asta, get over here. We gotta get to the capital. Asta says, but I was going to go fight the strong people. This is where Yuna says, Asta, the capital. Fine. Hi. Whatever. This is where the other dude says, can I come along? This is where Asta says, sure, why not? And so when they're going, they see the 2 kind of very powerful magic things and all that. Asta can now sense magic, thanks to he is kind of the reincarnation of a Sun Wukong, and also kind of Morty Jim. So yeah, but not the point. This is where Asta is kind of sensing the magic, and this is where Asta says, I'll go that way, you take that guy with you. This is where Yuna says, no, you take him with you. Asta says, he bonks Yuna in the head and says, how else are you going to be able to restrain someone without the damn sword that I have? This is where Yuna says, ow! Why you? Asta says, now, if you don't mind me, see ya. Asta jumps off the, the arc, and right now the cloud appears, Nimbus appears, and starts kind of flying away. Yes, Asta can use Nimbus because I'm going to take the one from Dragon Ball Z. I know, I don't think, since Sun Wukong is, well, based on a different bunch of animes, I'm kind of taking them from, different animes, like Dragon Ball, since Goku is kind of based on Sun Wukong. But not the point. So, yeah. Probably the only thing I'll be taking from Goku, but yeah. This is where Asta, he appears with the flying cloud straight towards, well, the fight between Magna and, well, Vanessa right now fighting against Luck. Luck is laughing, saying, ha 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 ha, you really people are pathetic. This is where Asta is kind of flying, and of course the cat still kind of grabbing with string. Asta grabs it, and this is where Asta says, hey, Luck! This is where Luck appears. This is where, well, Vanessa says, It's Asta? This is where Magna says, huh? This is where Asta appears the, well, staff, smashing it down towards, well, Luck before Luck was able to react fast enough. Because you see here, if I can remember right, Morty Jim can react faster than lightning. So yeah, even though Luck is basically right now encoded with lightning, Morty Jim is still fast enough to kind of catch up to lightning. Besides, he controls lightning, he can fight gods. You get the point. And besides, you see here, Asta, well, not Asta, Morty Jim can run to the speed of light. I forgot how many miles, but yeah. That's where Asta smashes the staff upon Luck, and Luck just smashes down to the head. That's where Asta says, Luck. Oh, damn, I'm not gonna say ass out. Oops. That's where they say, Asta. Asta says, it's not my fault. And besides, we can just, use this. Asta pulls out the Demon Destroyer, kind of puts it down, and this is where, Luck is waking up and says, "Oh, why does my head hurt so bad? Like I got hit by a fucking, just a stone staff for some reason." This is where Magna says, "Luck, you're back." This is where Luck kicks him, and then they say, "At least I can still kick you, Magna." Magna says, "You bastard, I'm gonna kill you." This is where Asta says, "Well, all of us are okay, right?" This is where, well, he says, "Still, what happened to you?" They all look at Asta. Asta says, huh? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm some powerful reincarnation, some strong god or something, or demon. This is where they say, oh, okay. Wait, what? Asta says, oh, nothing. It's not like the reincarnation with the elves decide to transform me into something else. He says, okay. Yeah. It's not like I'm the fucking Sun Wukong of this world. Wait, Asta kind of shut his mouth real fast. This is where they say, huh? Wait, what did they say? Also say, oh, nothing. Let's just go with the elves. We gotta go find them and beat them up. And get the body of the different others out of them or blah, blah, blah. Something like that. Let's just go. Asta's very carefree. And Asta almost like said his, what's it called, reincarnation name. This is where Asta says, well, time to go. This is where they kind of go straight towards, well, the Black Bull base because they were near it. And of course, when they get near it, the Black Bull base is kind of destroyed. Henry is there. This is where Gordon is there. And even Gray. This is where they're kind of talking. They're rambling most of the time. And that's where Asta says, whoa, so you're saying that Ghost would actually become an elf and actually destroy this? That's interesting. This is where Gordon then asks, what happened to you? Gray says, yeah, what happened to you? This is where Henry says, whoa, Asta, what happened to you? This is where Asta says, oh, nothing. It's just some power boost. Yeah, let's just check it all up to that. This is where Henry can actually sense a very powerful mana from Asta. This is where everyone can actually sense it because Asta's mana is just out of the fucking meter. So yeah, he's just out of the park mostly. This is where Asta says, but not the point. Asta gets near Henry, and Henry is absorbing the magic, but not at such a high speed. This is where, well, even though he can absorb someone's magic like mana in such high speed, Asta's is kind of taking forever, and actually does feel him a lot. Like he's actually getting kind of much better from Asta's mana. That's why Asta says, whoa, Henry, I know that you can't really control your mana thing or whatever, or absorption, but it's better not if you don't absorb everyone else. So I'm gonna just stay next to you so you can heal up with my mana. This is where, well, Henry says, oh, okay. This is where Charmy says, what happened to my farm? I'm going to kill anyone who did this. This is where, well, everyone is like, wait. Asta says, yo, Charmy! So, do you have any delicious food for me to eat? I'm hungry. I'm starving. Growl. This is where Charmy says, huh? Asta? Asta looks just like Morty Jim. And of course, this is where her face becomes red. And this is where she says, Asta, is that you? Asta says, huh? I guess so. But yeah. So, do you have any delicious food? This is where Charmy says, yeah, I do. Master Sheep. This is where the Master Sheep starts making food, and everyone starts eating it. And this is where Asta starts kind of like gaining up all his like magic that well, Bernie Henry can actually absorb. This is where Asta is just like This is where, well, Radis or whatever, Racer, whatever his goddamn name is, appears. Sally, and also, well, that one to his face. So where, well, Razor says, hello there, Black Boys. I'm here to take my revenge. This is where Asta says, enemy, punch him in the face, knocking his ass out. This is where Asta did it on purpose, just because he knows it's a razor, and does still hate his guts, the fact that he was the one to attack. Well, for Golian. This is where Asta says, enemy! Bah! Bah! Starts beating his ass. This is where Razor says, help me! Who the hell is this guy? This is where Asta says, huh? You don't remember me? This is where Razor says, how the fuck can I remember you? He's struggling with just one arm trying to get away from Asta. This is where Asta says, it's me, Asta. This is where both Sally, the other guy, and even Razor kind of says, huh? Asta? Asta says, yeah? What? Is something on my face? Everyone didn't realize one thing. Asta's eyes, they're so completely different. That's why Asta says, what are you guys looking at? Oh, my eyes? It seems normal to me. It's sort of they say, huh? How the hell is it normal when you have a fucking cross for a fucking pupil eye? The hell do you mean it's normal? Asta says, normal. This is where, well, they say it's not normal. Asta says, normal to me. I guess so. This is where they say, no, it's not even normal, even once. That's where Asta says, normal. This is where they say, we're gonna kill you if you keep saying normal. Asta says, fine. Let me explain this real soon. Okay, really quick. I am reincarnation of... They're like, huh? Do you even know what you're reincarnation of? Asta says, nope, not exactly. Everyone falls down. They're sort of say, huh? So Sally says, ooh, can I experiment on you then? Asta says, sure. But I don't really want to be hurt that much by needles, so don't try to use needles on me. But it's fine. This is where Sally says, wait, do you hate needles? Asta says, no. This is where Asta's whistling. This is where she says, huh? So if I give you... my needle! No, I'm just kidding. Yes, Goku is afraid of needles, but this isn't Goku's reincarnation, so yeah. I don't even think Morty Jim is afraid of needles. This one Asta says, yeah, I don't really know if I'm the reincarnation of anyone. So yeah, that's where they say, God, I thought you were some powerful being that came back to kind of destroy the elves or something, Razor said. Or Ray, or whatever his goddamn name is. Razor. That's where Asta says, no, I'm not some powerful being that came back from some heavenly god prison and then came back just to beat on an elf. No, that's not me. And besides, well, we gotta eat all this food so we can, go fight the elves. Yeah. This is where, well, Henry does manage to make a bowl, and of course, where they say, but, this is where AC says, I'm not going to follow any order. This is where Asta says, follow my orders or I'll punch the shit of you. This is where he says, okay. Yeah, Asta seems to be more scarier than normal, but yeah. This is where everyone is starting to kind of go on the bowl, and of course, this is where, well, Henry's eating all the food. This is where, well, he's getting his magical power, and they're just rushing towards, well, some enemy elves. This is where the elves make an mud wall. This is where, well, wait. This is where the wall just gets bursted through because of the bull. Of course, this is where, well, they are being attacked by different spells, and of course, Asta says, fireball! This is where he sends a fireball through a cannon and smashes upon one of the elves. This is where they say, Asta cannon! They send Asta still through a cannon, and Asta appears with his staff saying, staff whack! This is where Asta whacks him with the staff, knocking all of them out. This is where, because the staff is pretty damn heavy. This is where Asta did give it to Magna just to kind of hold it. This is where Asta says, hey, Magna, can you hold this staff for a second for me? Magna says, sure. We're going to do a flashback because of this happening. This is where Magna says, sure, this staff shouldn't be heavy. If we can hold it, then I can hold it. This is where when Magna hold it, he fell down. He's like, what the hell is made with this? This is where Asta's kind of like looking at his shoe, kind of getting some dirt out of it. This is where Asta says, yo, Magna, you okay? This is where Luck kind of said that. This is where, well, Magna says, I need help, look. And Luck says, sure. This is where he made lightning armor and grabs the staff, and he can't even budge it through. He's like, what the hell? What is this made out of? This is where Razy kind of says, what are you two idiots doing? Let me see. This is where he says, move out of the way, I got this. What the hell? This is where, well, everyone is trying to pick up the staff. Alistair's over here just cleaning his shoes. Right now, just dusting out some dust off of him, but yeah. This is where everyone is trying their best to try to lift up the staff. Alistair says, why did you left my staff on the ground? Fine, let me just pick it up. Asta picked it up so easily and puts it on his shoulder and starts walking away. This is where Asta says, "What are you looking at me?" This is where Magnus says, "You know what? I can pick it up even if it's small. Because I'm a man." This is where Asta says, "Oh, really?" This is where he shrinks the staff down and says, "Here, catch." This is where Magnus says, "Oh, really?" Vroom! He falls down. Just falls down and he smashes his face into the ground. This is where Asta says, are you okay?" That's where it says, "You can shrink the staff?" Yep, of course. I'm confused why he's on the ground. The thing isn't that heavy. This is where they all try to pick it up from the ground. Of course, this is where Asta puts it on the ground and everyone's trying to pick it up and no one can. Asta says, "It's not that heavy. Look, I can pick it up with one finger." This is where all of them saying, "Ha, ha, ha." This is where Sally is just confused with all of this. Her brain is actually exploding with just the fact that Asta has become so extremely stronger than half of them that they actually thinking that he's some kind of god being now. This is where Asta says, "But whatever." So we're going towards the fight of the what's called elves. So we go back into Asta kind of get rid of the elves with his demon destroyer. But yeah, Asta says, "So on to the capital. Let's go." This is where they're going straight to the capital, and this is where Yami and Jack and even what's called what is his name? Finral did manage to kind of get rid of the elves, mostly Luctorous elf. But yeah, this is where the elves are on top of the thing, still kind of like chanting or whatever. This is where, the Black Bulls managed to get through and start fighting them. But yeah, this is where Asta appears saying, "I'm here." This is where Ghost says, "Disappear." This is where Asta says, "Really? I have to disappear? But I just got here." This is where Asta kind of sounds like a childish kid. This is where he's like, "No, I'm not disappearing." This is where Asta just smacks the light away. This is where Ghost is confused, like, "Huh?" That's why everyone says, "Huh, this is not the time to be childish, Asta." Asta says, "Oh wait, it's not? Okay." This is where they say, "This personality just changed a lot. What the hell even happened to him in the first place?" That's why Asta says, "Oh, it's Ghosh. It's Ghosh and his, what was her name?" This is where all of them goes, they all fell down. This is where Asta says, I don't remember her name. This is where Noelle and what's it called, the others do see Asta, and Asta's being way too childish. This is where, Asta says, what is her name? This is where Maria appears with a mirror saying, "Look into my eyes." Asta says, "Ooh, pretty eyes." This is where Asta can still move around while everyone is trapped in the magic. Asta says, "What are y'all doing? We're supposed to fight them." So, the only way to kind of defeat them, I know what to do. Staff, extend. This is where the staff extend is whack them with this. Asta smiles with this evil grin in his face. This is where all of them pales because they weren't expecting Asta to just whack Marie in the head with a staff that they can't even pick up. This is where, Magnus says, "Asta, you can't just do that." He's still talking, and this is where they say, "How can you even fucking talk?" This is where, Ghost says, "I will not let you whack my sister." This is where Asta appears saying, "Whack!" He smashes the staff into, Ghost and knocking them out. This is where Asta then sees the little girl, and this is where Asta says, "Time to knock out you." This is where she says, wait, don't hurt me." This is where she gets scared extremely, and this is where Asta says, "Bop." He just like bops her once, not even hit her with the staff that much. He just like bonks her once with the with his hand, kind of karate chopper her. But this is where she says, "How?" This is where Asta kind of uses Demon Destroy and gets rid of the elf, and this is where it says, the elf that's actually Ghost says, "Oh my god, what the hell? I can still feel it, even if I'm out of the human's body. What the hell, you stupid bastard." This is where, when he looks into Asta when he's leaving on her, he says, he realized one thing. He knows that Asta is not normal. He's truly Sun Wukong. This is where he disappears, but yeah. This is where Asta says, "So, we're done here." Ding! This is where Ghost wakes up and says, "You bastard, I should kill you right now." This is where Asta says, "It seems that the elf is still not got rid of. I must whack him again with this staff." This is where Ghost says, "Don't you dare, you bastard." Ghost is knocked out again. This is where Asta says, "I did it, guys." This is where all of them says, "I think you just got rid of the elf. Why did you whack him again?" Asta says, "Because he was still possessed." "I think so." Who cares? That's where everyone else, they all fall down. And this is where Asta says, whatever. So what is that place anyway? This is where, they say that that's the Dark Castle and other things. This is where, Noel, and everyone else still goes along like original canon, even Asta. This is where appears with his other, others. After, they went in by his, magic stone that he still goes through. But yeah. Of course, they all go through, and of course, Asta is right now with Melissa fighting against the art dude. This is where Asta says, whack, 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 whack a pinata. This is where Melissa says, Asta, I don't think you really want to whack him with a pinata. Wait, why do you believe he's a whackable pinata? This is where Asta says, don't know. He looks like a pinata. He looks at the art dude, and that's where the art dude kind of gets an uneasy feeling that Asta just want to whack his head like a fucking pinata, because Asta has a staff and holding it pretty tight. This is where, Melissa says, Asta? Well, not Melissa, Mimosa says, Asta? This is where, Charmy says, Asta! This is where Asta gets hit by Charmy, and that's where Asta says, Charmy, where the hell did you come from? This is where she says, oh, I just followed along Yuno. Yuno's here? Damn. Okay. Well, do you want me to, do you want to get help for me to kind of whack this guy like a piñata or like a watermelon? This is where Charmy says, yeah. This is where the guy gets scared and says, screw all of you. He starts sending attacks with the art creation. This is where I starts whacking them like a piñata with his staff and just keeps destroying it. This is where Charmy tries to feed him food, but of course, this is where, like an apology for thinking that he's a watermelon and all that. This is where the elf still bunks away. This is where Charmy becomes, her actual human form and all that, because of the fact that she's a mixed dwarf and human. And so where, she starts eating everything up and beat the shit out of, what's called that one dude, the art dude. I forgot his goddamn name. That's where Asta says, no point in staying here. Let's go, Melissa. That's where, not Melissa, Mimosa. Keep saying Melissa for some reason. Mimosa. And of course, they go up by kind of using the staff to kind of fly up, but yeah, kind of extend. So yeah, they get up. This is where they get up to the next place. And of course, where, they get to the kind of interesting situation between, like, I think Yuno was there. Yuno versus the devil, Leech, and even what's it called, Raya. So yeah, this is where, Asta says, yo, Yuno, what's happening? And what the hell is that? This is where the devil says, huh? This is where he feels such a demonic energy from Asta. This is where he says, what the hell are you? Asta says, don't know. I could be the reincarnated of the Monkey King. I could be just a normal human. I could be the reincarnated of an elf. Don't know what I am. That's where the devil says, huh? Wait. Can you go backwards? Human? Elf? Wizard King? This is where the devil was confused. He's like, okay. Did you say Monkey King? I think I remember something about that. He's trying to think. That's where I was to say, hey, Mimosa, can you heal them? That's where, she does heal Araya. And this is where, the dark elf still appears trying to attack Asta, but also whacks him so hard with the staff. This is where Asta says, time to go, what's it called, like, whack him once. And this is where he wakes up, still trying to attack Asta, and Asta says, damn, I can't even beat his ass and trying to whack him like a goddamn piñata if he won't sit down. This is where, Raya is seeing how Asta is kind of, right now fighting against the Leech. So, Raya is so confused with Asta's personality. It switched from this person that wants to understand everyone into this cheerful, carefree attitude of Asta. This is where Yuno's also confused. He does not remember Asta being this carefree. This is where, Asta kind of fights against Leech. Does pull out Demon Destroyer, stabbing it into him, but of course getting absorbed into it. Mostly, Nozel does get there and does manage to stop him, but that's where Asta does get to the point. That's where Asta says, whoa, you killed the Wizard King. That's interesting. When he's meeting against Poetry or whatever his goddamn name. And of course, he says, get away from me, you human. I don't. That's where Asta says, still, even if in this world, seems that this is somewhat like your mind skip or whatever bullshit, still, you shouldn't give up like that. I might have gave up on a lot of things. Not really. I didn't give up through much things. But yeah. But running away is stupid enough for you to do. So, let me help you. That's where he says, no, I will not let a human help me. This is where Asta says, right, you won't let a human help you. This is where Asta transforms into the Monkey King. And this is where Asta says, then what about another being helping you? I am not human. I'm truly, well, I was never human. And to begin with, I guess I was, but not really. The name is Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. So, want to help? This is where the poetry looks at him and says, I guess so. This is where, well, Asta says, good. This is where he grabs poetry up and says, let's go. This is where he becomes back into a normal elf, one having black eye, but yeah. This is where, well, he starts kind of fighting. Well, they start kind of like getting out. This is where they kind of get to the devil and start fighting him. This is where the devil is using this weird energy like magic. Of course, this is where both Yamato and Shark does go down, but yeah. Thanks to that magic or whatever. This is where, well, Leech is the one fighting, and this is where Leech's friend does actually appear because, well, Nero and also his friend named the first Prince King does appear. This is where they start kind of fighting against the devil. This is where, well, the devil says, you guys are strong, but you won't defeat me. That's where Yuno appears saying, wind blast. This is where he tries to blast the devil, and the devil says, oh, you're here. I thought I managed to get you two out of here. Oh, neat, you're also here. Interesting. So many humans are here. That's where Asta says, and I'm also here. Yeah. Asta appears right behind him and kind of putting his hand on the devil's head and says, yeah, I'm here also. This is where the devil is like shocked because he didn't feel the speed of Asta or even being next to him. This is where everyone says, Asta, you're next to the devil. Why the hell are you next to him? Asta says, oh no, I just wanted to kind of get a close-up look up to his face. The devil's going, I'm a devil. Yeah, I know, but your face is pretty damn ugly. Let me help you. Asta knees him right in the face, smashing his face into the wall. Asta says, see? This is where the devil starts saying, swords! This is where swords starts rushing towards Asta. Asta says, ooh, swords! That's interesting. No sword style. Asta pulls out his two hands, puts them in the karate chop, and starts kind of like what's it called? Like he hits the air with a karate chop. This is when air pressure appears, smashing through the swords by pushing them back straight to Zagra, and Zagra says, no, go back. Asta does the same. This is where Zagra says, no, back. This is where, well, Zagra's getting so angry with Asta and says, what the hell are you doing? Are we just playing some kind of stupid game for you? Asta says, yeah, I kind of got 3 swords past you, and I thought we were just playing this. Everyone falls down. This is where they all fall down with like their legs up. They say, Asta, this is no time for a damn game like this. Asta says, it's not? I thought it was a fun game of, if the swords pass you, then I win. Zagra is like, he just can't talk. He's confused. This is where, well, he says, I'm gonna kill you then. This is where he pulls out this, what's called the spear and all that. The trident and all that, trying to stab at Asta. Asta says, fine. What's called the staff. He says, staff, expand and extend. He then goes straight towards the spear. This is where he says, I'm gonna cut through the spear. This is where the staff just smashes him upon the wall. This is where he goes, he's in the crater. He's like, what just happened? That's it. Fine. Your staff is so annoying. Shrink and shrink forever. The staff doesn't take commands. What? Shrink! 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 He says, fine. Shrink, 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 shrink. He's like trying to steal the staff. This is where I have to say shrink, small, and what's it called? Instead of expand, what's the different? Not extend. What's like expand? Other meaning? I fucking forgot. But yeah, he does kind of shrink it down to the normal size and make it small. That's what I have to say. Like this. This is where the devil is so annoyed because his word magic isn't affected by it. That's what I have to say. So, are you gonna tell me something? The devil is quite annoyed with Asta and his damn carefree attitude. Like, this is the most annoying thing to fight against. But yeah, that's where Asta says, but whatever. I should probably start fighting seriously, shouldn't I? That's where, well, Asta was about to start fighting him serious, but then a giant flashy light beam appears with the power of all the elves smashing upon this person. That's where, well, it didn't work. The devil says, ha ha ha, you think I will lose to that or something? You see, I am not that weak. I will not lose. I am just strong, I'm powerful, and this and blah blah blah. Asta says, So if that didn't work, then if God mode doesn't work, then I know what to do. Asta goes into his God mode. Of course, the restriction, what's called ring appears. And that's why Asta says, somehow I need to get rid of that. He says, I still need to control my power. But that doesn't matter. He pulls out the Demon Slayer from the anti-magic sword. And of course, he kind of just feels the energy of the anti-magic flowing through his body. And one part of his body does become the Black Asta. Of course, this is where, his eye does become red, but does have the yellow cross instead. That's what Asta says, okay, I'm ready. Asta flies towards the devil in such a high speed. This is where the devil is trying to get away from Asta, but Asta is so much faster. Asta saying, hello, 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 hello. This is where, the devil is saying, you're so annoying. Die! Swords all around him and starts sending it straight towards everyone. Asta appears saying, staff, extend. This is where, it extended and then expanded. This is where it blocks all the swords, but the sword just bounces off the, staff. This is where he shrinks it down. And this is where Asta appears. Right now, he's stabbing into the devil, saying, whoa, 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 what is happening with you? This is where the devil's coughing up blood, saying, you hit my heart. How is that possible? Asta says, I was trying to aim for your heart. Oh, no. What do you want me to say? This is where it's getting angry and seeing that he's getting left behind the dust so far that he does make a what's called wind sword. This is where he starts fighting against the devil, and Asta is so much faster than but of course still managed to keep up a little bit. This is where the two the prince and even what's it called Leech are seeing this. Of course, they're focusing on magic to kind of protect everyone else from the purple stuff. This is where Yami says, what's it called? He says, dark cloak, divine, not divine. He says, dimension slash equator or something like that. It just goes straight, cuts the demon still, and this is where Asta says, that's it! Sun Wukong! Demonics slash! He hits him with what's it called, the sword, and cutting him in half. This is where the demon Zagran meets the other demon. Mostly meets both Asta, not Asta, mostly Morty Jim, that's right now in his Sun Wukong form, and of course, the demon named Levy. This is where they laugh. This is where Morty Jim is mostly being a smirky, cocky bastard, and says, see you, demon. You might have messed with the wrong demon to actually start with. This is where the devil says, I don't know who you are, but you're Sun Wukong. A demon that was face gods themselves. A demon so powerful that had it to be sealed into different realms, heavily caged, whatever. How are you here? Nah! He disappears, but I was gonna say, hey, at least we're done here. Asta still having his carefree attitude, really not caring that much, but This is where, they say Asta. This is where Asta says, what about the others anyway? This is where, Razor and even what's called the teleportation guy does appear, smashing them all upon, Asta says, hey, Noel. Noel says, Asta? Asta says, you're looking beautiful at that. This is where Asta kind of just said that because he does remember what it called, something about Dwayne Han kind of talking to the other girl named, Mira or something like that. This is where, Noel kind of blushes and slaps Asta. Asta says, ow, that hurted. This is where Noel says it's hurting even more. She's saying, what the hell you made out of steel? Probably. This is where they get out. This is where all the elves are still fighting. This is where Asta says, ooh, I know what to do. I fight them and whack them with the staff. Because that's the best way to knock them out. This is where that didn't happen. Instead, Asta does meet, Williams and of course, the other fake leech. Let's go up in the air. Of course, this is where, Williams makes the tree, the war tree. Of course, this is where Asta sticks the demon destroyer, and then this is where he managed to get all the elves free and all that. This is where Poetry doesn't actually leave, instead uses the fake body of Leech and all that. This is where, he is shocked to even be here. But of course, that happens, and we go into a time skip of when Asta isn't tried for his crimes or whatever, because the nobles wanted to do. Asta, he does go along. This is where, Asta's very carefree attitude. This is where Asta says, wait, so is this not a party? This is where Nero just says, no, it's not a party. Asta says, so boring. Ooh, you're strong. He looks at, well, what's it called, the guy who kind of uses magic of whatever judgment you have and all that. He says, for your judgment, I will destroy, what's it called, Mori. For the fact that she was with you. If there's no, if this one also says, blah, 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 blah. Asta already grabbed Mori, put her next to Nero, and Asta says, I'ma fight you! Asta start beating his ass, just start beating his ass, like giving no shits left. Asta saying, fight me, bastard, kicking his ass, throwing him across the fucking room, and Asta just doesn't care. Asta's carefree attitude, really, if you see here, Morty Jim, if he was ever in a trial for whatever crime he ever done, you realize Asta's not gonna care. His carefree attitude is just saying, strong, fight me. This is where Asta started beating his ass, and this is where Asta's just giving no fucks left, until Yami appears saying, Asta, what are you doing? Asta saying, huh? Why we're fighting? This is where Yami says, no, you're kicking the shit out of him hard. Well, yeah, what do you think? And besides, his head looks like a piñata. I was gonna whack him with the staff anyway. This is where he says, how did my magic not work against you? Asta says, don't know, but your piñata head looks fine. Now let's see if there's candy inside. That's where, well, Yami says, Asta? What? Asta was so close to whacking this guy in the head with the staff. This is where, well, Asta says, huh? Did you say something? Yami sighs and says, Asta, you can't just whack everyone you see if their head looks like a piñata. But I can though. This is where Yami says, no you can't. Asta says, why not? This is where both Fogolian and Nozel kind of appear, seeing the situation, and seeing how Asta was about to whack this man's head, killing him in an instant. All the other nobles are so scared of Asta. Asta kind of sensed a very scary, demonic presence that almost scared the shit of all of them, even the king, the Clover King. That all of them shut up after a while, because there's no way in hell they're going to fight whatever Asta is. Asta says, don't worry, I'm going to just whack him once. This is where Yami says, you can't kill everyone you see. This is where it goes, says, Mori, you're fine. I'm so happy. This is where, well, Asta says, I wasn't going to kill him, I'm just going to smash his head, see if there's candy, and done. This is where, well, Charmy says, candy? Candy? This is where she pulls out her own staff and says, candy! This is where Asta says, candy! This is where both Charmy and Asta was about to whack this guy in the head until both, well, not both, both Fologolian and even Nozel kind of stops Asta and Charmy from whacking him in the head. This is where that guy named, from the, I forgot his name or whatever. I truly just forgot. I just watched it about like 2 seconds ago or whatever, and I forgot his name completely. I just don't like that guy. Fuck it. If you want my true personality opinion, I fucking hate that guy, and I hate also the Clover King because they're both fucking annoying. But yeah. But of course, it worked. Well, Asta says, candy. Also trying to whack him. This is where Nozel says, Asta. Well, yeah, Nozel kind of got Asta trapped mostly. This is where they say that the demons blah blah blah, and yeah. Asta says, candy. This is where Nozel says, seriously, you're acting like a child. Asta says, because I'm 16. This is where Nozel says, but still, you don't act. This is where Noel says, Asta, what the hell were you even trying to do? Whack him for candy. I don't know candy. This is where Charmy says, I made candy. Asta says, candy. This is where they're both eating, just happily cheerful. But yeah, this is where they say, are you serious? Asta also kind of copied the magic of, well, Charmy, that he actually makes his own sheep and start kind of cooking for him. But instead of being sheep, they're monkeys. This is where Asta says, candy. This is where Charmy says, ooh, candy. They're eating, but yeah. But of course, this is where, well, I'm gonna leave this off for right now. But yeah, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato seed, potato, and good night. I don't know if I'm probably going to do it like this for part 2 later, or I'm probably going to do another way. But yeah, if I don't like it like this, I'll redo it and go on with the actual. Don't know, but yeah, have a nice potato night, potato seed, potato, and good night.